Welcome everyone to an arena video. I'm Andrea Mengucci, and this video is sponsored you by Wizards of the Coast and channelfireball.com. There's no blue splash, that's a little clunky, and yeah, doesn't give you too much. Also, I'm so used to open this 3 lands 4 spells hand. Well, there's a 6 with some Izzet sleeves. Is that Duke? Yeah, is he Reduke indeed? Thank you, Lucamont, anyone. Hello, Tukam. There's a lot of gruels these days, and when I was playing Best of One, because remember guys, I played Best of One for a very long time. When I was playing Best of One, gruel was a pretty good matchup for Weenie, as well as of course Team Reclamation. It's a strange play. I guess they could have done it like in upkeep or something. If they didn't really wanna make me play the Loxodon. I don't know, it's very strange because this way I play Loxodon, like they could just play this in my turn and it doesn't matter, right? I don't know whether we're playing around here. Have you tried Izzet Phoenix yet? In Modern? Oh yeah, I definitely did. There's a Pro Tour soon, so I indeed tried Izzet Phoenix. Alright, come on, Loxodon. But also there's just a switch of Mulligan like next day, so like tomorrow. So things will change probably. Our opponent managed to draw 3 removal spell, which could have been super bad in some spots, but luckily for them, it's insane now because we just have creatures. Alright, we got Dauntless Bodyguard. We still have 3/7, so there's no point in playing it first. And this is one of the bad part of playing like 5 removal spell. Is that they're pretty bad. Alright, so opponent's still on 16, but we do have Conclave Tribunal if they play like Nev Mizzet or Timurek. I'd rather just pass the turn. The reason why I'm passing the turn is that if I draw land next turn, basically I'm gonna get the value of an extra, you have 4 cards in the bin, of an extra tokens, because you have 3 mana now. If you have 4 next turn, you can play a token plus a 1-drop. Alright, so next turn we should be able to City's Blessing to ascend. And the way we ascend here is by just playing 2 creatures. Because you have 8 permanents right now. I'll just play a Danto Vanguard. I'm gonna play Dauntless Bodyguard, pair it with probably this Nabor Central. My opponent showed me Lightning Strike. So yeah, Dauntless Bodyguard, pair it with that, get the token City's Blessing. Now we have some options. Do we want to conclave this? Play 5 cards. Or do we want to keep it at least 1 more turn in case they have Niv Mizzet? Which is possible, right? So I'm going to just attack for 8 and put lethal next turn on my opponent here. And if they go Niv Mizzet, they die. Actually, they die no matter what. So, yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind just let him have the search and just put him down to 8. Because if I would have cast this, I would have need to tap out. Have you tried Izzet Phoenix? Oh, Izzet Phoenix. In Standard. Yeah, I did back in the days. I was never a fan of Izzet Phoenix. I was really not a fan of Izzet Phoenix. Alright, so opponent plays Growth Spiral and explodes, because why Weenie is too strong. You got me thinking about 5-6 hours. Yeah, that's good. Alright, you know, this is like my first best of 3 games after so long that I even forgot there was a sideboard. Alright, so what do we want here? We want 3 Domestify for sure. We want a Danto Vanguard because we're playing as red deck. We want a Conclave Tribunal. We don't want some Baffling Hands. We don't want Cameron Aspirant. A couple of Loxodon because they have a lot of spot removals. Yep, that'll be enough. Yep. Hello, Il Mazzo. Good morning. Qua, qui. Yeah, Bethritz retweeted me, very nice, because again, this deck is what Beatrice used to qualify for PAX. And she likes it so much that she didn't even change the nickname of her Twitter handle. Still Alia PAX East. Best of 3 with Mengu. Yes. I was thinking about just going for best of 1 ranked, but I don't know. I kind of feel like everyone just wants best of 3. I'm gonna keep this hand. At the end of the day, not only we can draw a land, you know, or we can also just flip landing to find that second land. And we do a Domestify, which is very powerful. Or we can just, you know, top deck land. Alright, I'm gonna head off with Legion's Landing so we can get the value off of Dawnless Bodyguard. This is very important if you're putting post-cyber, if you're putting as Fiery Cannonade, it's important to use the Dawnless Bodyguard ability. Are you planning on buying a house? Yeah, there are a lot of people are curious, but I'm not. You know, there's a lot of private stuff there, and right now I'm not planning to buy anything. Just planning to play Magic as much as I can, and then win as much as I can, and then, well, the dust will settle, I'll decide what to do. Honor Guard for Hostage Taker. You mean in general why it's in the sideboard? It's in the sideboard mainly for Wildgrowth Walker, and of course Hostage Taker as well, Ravenous Chupacabra, I mean just Sultai decks. And you can also have it for like Goblin Chain Whirler, like you're boarding against red. Not sure if we'll be boarding all 4, but Tocatli has always been like a great roleplay in this. All right, let's draw a land here so I can go 3-draw plus Domestify, please. All right, opt top bottom goes to the bottom. All right, do they have Fiery Cannonade here? It's very likely. No, Sheep on Fire. That's fine. So this Legion's Landing will not flip. Loxodon. Alright. I'm gonna play the Domestify now, because my opponent does not have Mana Force, Sinister Sabotage. I'll pass pretty bad. I can't cast anything, but if I draw land, I can cast multiple stuff. Alright, so they play top lane. They only have 2 cards, and I have 5 cards, but I can cast any of them, so we're in the same boat, my friend. I mean, not really the same boat. You have 2 cards, you have 2 lands. You have 5 lands, I have 5 cards. Not sure who's better. I would say me, because I have also 2 creatures in play. Alright, there's the land. I'm gonna play his... I can also just play Loxodon. I'm gonna play Loxodon. It's very likely my opponent just has a spot removal, so I'm just gonna, you know, play this big guy. The problem with this is that I don't get to attack, but I would have also just get attack for 2 damage. Also, we're post-sideboard, and I really thought my opponent would have boarded out Sinister Sabotage. They will for sure board it out on the draw, though. Hello, Padronin Bilbo. Alright, but at least we draw the 3rd island, so now things will get smoother. Okay, so now I'll play History. Put it as 6 cards in the bin, so Search for Ascanta will flip. And I need to kill them soon, and I don't think I can kill them very soon. I can kill them in 2 turns, but I can draw like a Fiery Cannonade in the meanwhile. I don't know. Honestly, I just crafted a lot of stuff to build this deck, because I didn't have them. I'm just going to... Alright, so... do they have Fiery Cannonade here, or do they just look at with Search? It's very possible. Honestly, it's just whatever you want to do. It's better. Like it's just a game, so just do whatever you think is right. So I'm gonna probably just play History here because I have History plus Loxodon. I can also just go History, yeah, History Loxodon. So they have Fiery Cannonade. Ah, they give me priority. I really thought they didn't have it. Since they gave me priority, I could...
legacy video.
Host for the video. The host for video is back, I see. Do you think this deck will perform also after? I think so. I think so, yes. But I mean, if you have to craft too many things, then just wait a bunch of days. But mono white, mono red, mono blue will not go anywhere. That will still be tier 1. The power level of Dominaria is just too high to make them completely fall apart. Alright, I put in Drew Wilderness Reclamation. That's a hell of a draw. Alright, so I think I'm gonna lose this game. I don't have much going on. I'm just gonna play Banalish Marshall. And yeah. Legacy video also makes you day, yeah. It's been a while since I haven't recorded one, because I got back from America last week. I was like very much like busy doing many things. Now all the videos that I had in queue expired, because they published them all. I'm just gonna, yeah, no, I'm just not gonna concede because I can't, yeah. Whatever, this game is over. All the videos that I had in the queue were published, so now I really need to record a video. So today I will. Multiple videos probably. I had so many things to do to handle. Yep, I think this cyber plan is okay. On the play, maybe a Johnny. I mean, they're keeping removal spells though. Sorry, counter spells though. Got bored out. But Knowledge Marshall for an Ajani. Nah. I like this. And so yeah, I will be back on the regular stream schedule. No, sorry, regular stream is fine. On regular video schedule. Play first. Wow, I haven't got this question in a long time. Okay, we got another one lander, but there's a mulligan scry that will help us. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same play as last turn. I'm gonna keep the bodyguard for later. If they have a shield on fire, I still kill it. If they don't, I get to protect my vampire. Do you get to do whatever videos you like? Yeah, I'll do whatever I like. Yes, I have freedom. In which matchup do you reckon you'll need all 4 Johnnies? Mainly it's against Sultai. Mainly it's against Sultai. Alright, unfortunately we missed the land drop. Appreciate the time spent making the content for Channel 5, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty spent. It's more you know, time. It has been my main job for a very long time, but now that Magic has been a professional game, we can also just play Magic without needing to write articles. Until last year, it was impossible for a professional Magic player to only be professional Magic player thanks to Magic. Professional Magic player had the pleasure of doing that only because of websites like Channel Fireball to sponsor them. But now that Wizards has a salary yearly and that the prize winnings are very high, you can just be a Magic player without needing to write for a website. But I still love it. I still love to do that because I think that's my job, and that's what I like think myself of. I think myself of like a content producer. Alright, I'm gonna go for a Danto Vanguard. This just beats the hardest. Also at 2, so if I'm putting counters this, I can decide later what to play. Alright, that's okay. Danto Vanguard's not that good in best of 1 because of mono red, but in best of 3, it's definitely a pretty big role because of there's a lot of red. Sorry, there's like a lot of like red removal spell based and not that many, you know, control decks and something. Alright, so killing the Atscanta with the Domestify paid off. And now we just have this 2 Adanto Vanguard that hopefully will pair against our opponent's removal spell based Lightning Strike. I mean, if we would have played a land on turn 2, we would have just gone so well because, you know, we would have just played this thing instead of just dawdling around with our 1-drops. Of course, like with Mulligan to 6, we kept a 1 lander on the play, scry to the bottom, and didn't really get there immediately. But still, even with the 2nd land, our opponent is under pressure. We have 2, 5, 7 permanents, so not that many yet. Alright, so 1 Niv Miz is gone. Let's see if they have more. Hopefully not. Because if they never Niv Miz it, I don't think I can beat it. Unless I top deck on Clay Tribunal. Looks like they don't have it. They have 2 cards in hand. I hope that something is like a removal spell, like a Fairy Cannonade or a Shivan Fire. I mean, I can kick our Shivan Fire on this Nobborn, but... Alright, I'm gonna start with a Tide Taker. First thing I do is Tide Taker here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, I can go City's Blessing. Alright. What do we want to do? If I could do Loxodon, I go City's Blessing. Next turn I attack for sure for a very long, for a very huge amount. So I think I'm gonna go for it. I have 2 Loxodon, so I'm not afraid of any sweeper of any kind. So this will be already like enough. This is already enough damage, and even if our opponent just kills these, it's still 13 next turn. So it's 4, 8, 12, plus 1 from the spirit, 13. So this is the best play, I think. And I'm not playing around counter magic. As I said, wow, explosion for 1, that's insane. Alright. So now Fiery Cannonade basically doesn't kill anything, so I'm not that worried. They have to play like double Fiery Cannonade, and then it'll be a 2-turn clock. Alright. Alternatively, even if we miss it now, it's kinda bad. I could have attacked for 6 there, opponent would have been to 7, and then we would have maybe killed him. But then, what if my opponent, I don't know, finds a way to deal with this? I don't even think they can, honestly. This is just a perfect answer to their deck. So yeah, pretty straightforward win, despite missing land drops for a very long time in game 2 and 3 we got there. So my rank is right now Platinum 4. The reason is that I was Mythic last season. I actually finished as 45th last season. And from there, I got back to Platinum 4. Yesterday, and I think the days before as well, I was still jet lagged, still like random times. Like yesterday I woke up at 7, despite going to bed at like, you know, a reasonable like midnight or something. And today I went to bed at like 1:30 because we cubed. And, you know, I was expecting to still wake up early, but instead the alarm clock was like kind of a shower. So so here we are finally in a normal schedule. All right, Memorial to Genius. Wow, there's a lot of control decks over here. Actually, Memorial to Genius is Reclamation, right? Jetlag is the worst. Our opponent says something. I'm gonna assume they said hello, so I'm gonna say hello back. I mean, there's many worse things, but yeah, definitely a bad part of flying is that a bad part of flying is that there's a jet lag when you come back. Alright, I'm gonna go with Thinker. Maybe they have Syncopate. Nope. Alright, let's just turn into play. No Deckmaster. You're right, Mixamax said. There's Deckmaster. I just forgot to open it every single time. That's just the truth. Alright, opponent cannot sinister sabotage, so I'm just gonna attack with all. Now Deckmaster is on. And then I'm gonna just whatever, just play my hand. I could have played Loxodon, Snubber Century Loxodon. I guess that would have been better. To play them 4 and all that's for. Alright. So let's start with Dauntless Bodyguard. I'm gonna pair it with whatever Schemach Aspirant. Then what? I'm probably just gonna go Legion's Landing. Yeah, last turn I should have definitely gone Loxodon. I don't know what I did, but yeah. Alright, so Legion's Landing, and now I'm gonna go Conclave Tribunal, tapping 1, 2, 3, and actually no, I'm gonna go cancel, because I'm gonna flip the landing. But I could have a Syncopate here. No, I don't think so. Just gonna attack with all and flip the landing. Alternatively, can I cast both Loxodon and Conclave Tribunal? 3, 5. I can't, right? Yeah, I can't. So I'm attacking with all and just play Tribunal. Opponent should die next turn even without Loxodon. Maybe they go Fog here. Yeah, the Loxodon is not needed. I should play Loxodon last turn for sure, but at the end it didn't even matter. At the end, it didn't even matter. Because it's still like super much lethal, and I have a Thigh Faker plus, so I guess this is actually better. Yeah, I mean, I should think about a little bit more if I need to play Loxodon. Like sometimes it's like autopilot to just board to play Loxodon, but maybe it wasn't here. So now I'm just gonna attack with all or, you know, similar. But yeah, don't expect anything that can make a difference. I'm gonna attack with all, they're gonna fog. Then I'm gonna play a land and pass the turn. The secret is to really get drunk and then you just sleep forever. Yeah, I guess. Alright, so playing with a lot of cards in hand, but I'm not sure that they'll there's anything that lets them leave. I mean, they could go more root snare. Yeah, I mean, those two matchups that we just played is the reason why to play mono white. It's exactly this the reason. So let's see, where's blue-green nexus? And elephants. Alright. At explosion as we thought it would have happened. So definitely 3 domestifies. Definitely a Dent of Anger because it's a beating, and definitely Tribunal. I'm gonna board out 1 creature, probably Legion's Landing because that beats the least, and they're not playing Sweeper, so I'm not gonna care too much. Couple of Loxodons and of course some Buffling Ants. It's pretty cool how you can just afford to play just random Buffling Ants in the main deck because how good is the matchup against those decks anyway. Yeah, even if they're fogs, like what are they going? I mean, sure, they can go like fog, you know, 1 as Reclamation, untap Nexus, and then go off, but it's still pretty hard, you know, without that Kanda, stuff like that. It's been so long to play against Nexus. It's been so long. Alright, put him against the 6. We keep these 2 landers. We have Domestified. There's 3 copies of Penalish Marshal, which is a really ideal. You wanna just diversify your threats, but I'll do it. Man, I was gonna go to bed, but there's your stream up. Yeah, you can't go to bed. So my stream is up. Those are the rules. Alright, let's hope my opponent just plays an enchantment that I can kill end of turn, so I can be like super efficient, like kill an enchantment and then Banish Marshal. Like best would be to just cast Simic Reclamation here. 1 as Reclamation here. Ooh, Murmuring Mystic. That's a big one. Alright, we'll play Marshal and we attack with both. Congrats on the win, thank you. Me too, they say. Yeah. Sorry guys for keeping you awake. Rid of the Cowl. Alright, so opponent has a lot of creatures. This is gonna make my opponent decks pretty clunky, honestly. Ooh, the 4th Marshal. Alright, I'm gonna just attack with nothing probably, because if I attack with a... nah, I think I'll attack with all. Sure, opponent can triple block this, but... I mean, the worst case scenario is my opponent play like a Growth Spiral and then quadruple blocking this, but then they take 8 damage, down to 9. And if 3 Marshal. Yeah, whatever. Whatever, let's just attack with all. Sure, I mean, they can go Growth Spiral and triple block it. That'll be bad, because I just trade a Druid of the Cow with a Marshal. But I still take 8 damage there. And, you know, next turn, it's not that I ran off a Marshal, I have 4. I drew 4 actual Marshal. Buongiorno says 92 with a trophy emoji. There it is, the trophy emoji. Hey from Israel, how are you doing today? Just started streaming, 30 minutes, we got 2 wins. Yeah, I'm playing best of 3 today. It's been a while since I've played best of 3. Alright, so they have the worst case scenario, which isn't like, you know, it's bad. You know, I wish I didn't attack with Marshal. But yeah, we risked it. I'm gonna still kill, like, you know, 2 little things. Opponent Arena tries to make us block in a bad way, Ordinary blocks in a bad way, but we're not gonna fall for it. What would you say it's a good start handing? Just a lot of creatures, just a lot of 1-drops and a Loxodon. Usually it's the best. It's a recipe for the win. Alright, so opponent does not have enough. Alright, so let's play another Marshal. Let's see if they have a counter. And then I'm gonna play Bodyguard on the Marshal that can attack, so I can attack with all. All Knights here. There's a three of a kind. Oh, sorry, 2 kinds of 3. I don't know how to say that. Just 2 3 of a kind. Yeah, Weenie is definitely a very strong deck, and alright, so opponent's just gonna just take 8, no big. just take 8 in the head. So put us on 1, and we gotta domestify. Not now, but I don't expect my opponent to kill me. I mean, post-cyber, this deck is so clunky that they don't just, you know, one-shot kill you. Like for Adantos? What do you mean, Legion's Landing? No, Adantos, 4 mana. Alright, so they probably have a Root Snare now. I'm gonna just play another Marshal. I mean, I don't expect like Wrath of God or something, so I'm just gonna talk with all and yeah, whatever. You deal with these. Sure. Alright. I think I'm gonna play Domestified. I might sorry, I'm gonna play Plains. They might have Syncopate, and that one land could matter. It doesn't really matter in the end. Full House is actually not on the board because we have 4 of a kind of each. No, we have 4 of a kind of Banalish Marshal. And oh, Unbreakable Formation. That's a lot of damage coming across. Do I need it? So I have 6 creature, my opponent has 5. No, I don't think I need it. In case my opponent blocks in a way, I can just play Unbreakable Formation. Yeah. Alright, so now my opponent has 6 creatures, so they will... Actually, 7 creatures. So next turn, they can just chump block with everything. Where can we have the full deck list and maybe side table? So I don't have Cyberplan, but you can go ! Deck or ! Deck list and you'll see the list. The list is from Beatrice Grancha, who made the top 8 of Mythic Arena and qualified for the Invitational. Alright, got to play Tribunal. I'm gonna play it, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna play it right now. I still have my Domestify up. So I'll play Tribunal, get rid of a Murmuring Mystic, and now opponent has 6 creature against my 6 creatures, so they will survive, but it will also... Alright, Blink of an Eye on the Banalish Marshal. Resolve. Seems I draw another spell here. They're just trying to survive over there, and so this is paired, and this is not paired. Now I wish I had Unbreakable Formation. How do I want to attack? So if I attack with... Maybe I don't attack with anything. Let's think about this. So I could attack with a Marshal that's protected. So if I attack with this, my opponent can just 1/5 and 2 tokens here. Then like, yeah, I think this is still fine. I don't want to attack with this Marshal. Actually, since my opponent is on 1, I don't really particularly care. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just attack with all. Opponent's on 1. Something will eventually get through. I mean, they're probably just gonna kill one of these Marshal, but I don't think it matters that much. Or they just chump it all, yeah. That also works. I don't know why they don't block with the 1/5, but... okay, opponent just wants to chump it all, and I'm fine with that. So the tokens are dead, and yeah, my opponent has 1 card in hand, draws the 2nd. I mean, if you have to play 2 Root Snare, you know, it's gonna be pretty bad. Sure, you have Murmuring Mystic to keep you alive, but eventually your cards will end, especially since you play, what, 20 and many more cards. Alright, I'll play landing first, and then I'll just get in. I don't care about playing a Banalish Marshal first. So, there's a lot of creatures coming across. Do they have another Root Snare? I mean, again, if they have another Root Snare, I don't particularly care. Sure, okay, yeah. Alright, I'll pass. Pox is just card disadvantage. This is why it's bad in Limited, because it's card disadvantage. And we also have this. Hello, Gira! Wow, so many words next to your name. You have a sword, you have a star, and you have the crown, the blue crown. It must be the very big deal in the stream, right? Right, Gira1? Good game, they say. Good game, I will also say. Because why Weenie with 4 Banalish Marshal eventually wins. And victory, guys. A quick 2-0 to rank up. Yep, we defeated Simic Nexus and Team Iraq quite straightforwardly. Despite also, yeah, it's not hitting land drops against Team Iraq. Still got there. I mean, even if Infinite Nexus is coming, unless they have like literally 20 Nexus, there's no depth. Like post sideboard, Simic Nexus gets so clunky. with all these like random creatures. Alright, not one drop. It's not that good, but we do have Benalish Marshal, which and Loxodon, which happens to be the best card in the mirror match. Nope, it's not mirror match. It's Amara. Ooh, Soul of Accord. Alright, right on time with this Dauntless Bodyguard. Right on time. I mean, drawing one drop later in the game is not the worst because you have Dauntless Bodyguard, so like you can afford to just top that one drop. It's not like unlimited, where if you just draw one drop later in the game, it's awful. Why did I have to face you playing White Weenie? Oh, sorry, I'm Lex. Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate on your side. I wouldn't want to face myself playing White Weenie either. Alright, I think I'm gonna go history. The reason why I'm gonna go history here is that I don't mind. My opponent is not gonna Conclave Tribunal the Benalish Marshal. And I don't mind trading. And if my opponent doesn't want to trade, I just get more creatures to convoke for Loxodon. Uchicha say, yo Mango, I'm going to Italy this summer. Is there an also place to play Magic? Yeah, in Rome there's Galactus, which is like one of the best store in Italy for sure. So if you go in Rome, which you should definitely go if you go to Italy, yeah, that place is the best. Alright, unfortunately I didn't draw land, so I can't go Benalish Marshal Loxodon. So I'm just gonna go Bodyguard, pair it with a Knight, and then just go Loxodon. Next turn, my creatures will be very large. Oh, Porto Sant'Elpidio, yeah, that's also true. Porto Sant'Elpidio, it's my store. But it's on the other side of Rome, so I don't know, it's quite far. Alright, they get in to flip that. I'm not gonna block the Loxodon because I have, you know, a lot of Lord effects, so I'm just gonna block that. I don't mind drawing landing as well. Or land. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I can cast Unbreakable Formation. So places I can make are cast Benalish Marshal and attack with the 6/5s. If I play Unbreakable, how good it is. How good it is, because they can have an Conclave Tribunal. They're just holding for my Benalish Marshals. So if I just play Unbreakable, just make my creature very large, also in block. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Unbreakable over Benalish Marshal. Yeah. Alright, so it's just the Unbreakable, attack with all. What did we pair with this with? Knight? We should have paired this with a token. Usually tokens are very important in these matchups, and you should protect them better. Flyers are very important in these matchups. Alright, so opponent will take a lot of damage, go down up to 3, and I pass. I have a 3/3 flyer. And then again, like in the mirror match, if you've played it, you'll see how flyers are very important. And alright, so opponent's tapping the Adanto, so I'm expecting a Conclave. Oh, Unbreakable as well. So they have Unbreakable too. But their Unbreakable is much worse than mine. So I'll just block like this. I don't mind taking 5 damage. I mean, it's not really much worse than mine. It's still pretty good. Alright, my turn. Landing? Oh, Baffling Hand. I think I'm gonna just... So I can't go Baffling Hand and exile like an Amara, but I don't particularly care. I'm just gonna go Marshal. And let's see. Attack definitely with the Knights. Alright, they explode. Alright, so we are up against the green-white tokens. Still haven't lost the game, I think. Tide Taker will go out. As well as Baffling Hand, because they don't have that many creatures. And Adanto Vanguard. So a lot of small creatures will go out. Gonna board in Conclave Tribunal. Johnny, only 3 though. A couple of Domestify. 58. What do you think about Tocatli? So Tocatli stops Loxodon, but we also have Loxodon. Not particularly. Tocatli stops Trostani. Maybe a couple of Tocatlis better than Tide Taker. Not sure. Tide Taker blocks Amara, so there's that. Yeah, I'm fine with a couple of Tocatli, I think. Alright. This Mono White is treating us well today. Mono White is treating us well today. Yeah. Once again, like the keys in the mirror match are Banish Marshall and Venerable Hiloxan. The more of these you draw, the more you win. That's why at the Mythic Invitational, I was playing 3 Unbreakable Formation. Because basically all you want to do is just cast Lord effects. Of course, like, you know, there's a problem with drawing too many Lords effect. But, yeah. Didn't really go there wrong. Is Adanto good? You mean Legion's Land? You mean Adanto the 3? The 3-1? Yeah, it is good. What was the reason for Tocatli? It's mainly Trostani. Trostani is kind of a beating. Wow, baffling again there. They must have a lot of removal spell. Alright, I'm gonna go history here. Once again, I'm expecting another removal spell from their side, so I'd rather not play Marshall until I'm like, you know, doing well with it. Of course, Tocatli plays bad with Loxodon. Ooh, they play Loxodon right here? Oh, they don't. Okay, that's better. Nope, they don't. That's much better. Alright. I'm gonna play Banalish Marshall. No, I can't. I can't play Banalish Marshall and Bodyguard, unfortunately, and Loxodon. So I could just play Bodyguard and Loxodon here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. This is a knight, so it's very cool to just play it. Or I thought I can just go Banalish Marshall. So if I go Banalish Marshall, your opponent's probably gonna kill it. If they don't kill it though, this is a 5/4 next turn, because this is also a knight. Also, this Banalish Marshall will let me attack with this knight. Yeah, I think it's fine to cast it. I should have obviously just played this first and then protected. But I changed my plan during the game. So I can also cast Conclave Tribunal on this, on the Mara. Honestly though, I don't care about the Mara. I'm keeping Conclave Tribunal for their Conclave Tribunal. Because I'm suspecting they have it. Because last turn they couldn't play it anywhere. Because I had only Benalia and a token. You can't literally play Conclave Tribunal on Benalia because that's the worst play ever. Because it just kill your Tribunal and then I just get a token. They ended up having Baffling again on the Banalish Marshall, so my play didn't go well. But again, the play had like a high floor, you know, the thing. Because now it's kind of rough, because, I mean, I'm still attacking with the Benalia. Ooh, another Marshall, that's nice. I'm drawing so many Marshall, it's insane. Alright, so I'm playing Marshall, and then I'm attacking with... attacking with all, I think. I mean, my opponent could double block this, but if they do, they're still in a very tough spot. So I'm attacking with all. Yeah, Danto Vanguard is very strong in best of 3 because there's a lot of red-based removal spell. Alright, now I'm just gonna tap everything, play my thing, and yeah, can't lose at this point. Can't lose. Alright, well, win it is. Unless they play a Wrath of God, which I don't think exists for 4 mana. Yeah, more Bodyguard. I'm gonna play it and pair it with the Banalish Marshall. They can go March of Multitudes, but yeah, I'm not afraid of that. I'm attacking with all. They don't care. Yeah, they can March of the Multitudes here, but they're on 2 lives, so even if they march, they put into play what, 6 tokens. That's fine. Oh, Cellular Wreckage? Fuck, I didn't think about that. I totally forgot about Cellular Wreckage. Oh my god. I totally forgot about Settle. I remember we were also... Oh, that's so close. I even remember that we played Cellular Wreckage at the War Magic Cup. At the War Magic Cup, with Green White Tokens, we played 1 Cellular Wreckage. And I remember winning an incredible game thanks to Settle. Wow, I was so close to just die here, wow. Alright. I guess when you don't play around Settle and they don't have it, it's much better. Alright, so opponent gains a lot of life, that's fine. Yeah, dodge that. Yeah, let's see, won an incredible game of Settle. Alright, he didn't have it last turn, I'm not gonna play around it this turn, right? Just gonna attack with everything, but... no, I'm gonna attack with Marshall as well. I have the Bodyguard to protect it. Like playing around Settle, it's sometimes just very hard as well. I haven't seen Settle in Slicing in a long time. Don't think you need to play around at this point. Alright, you think that? Okay, that's fine. They didn't GG, so they don't Settle. Yeah, that's true. No, the World Magic Cup we did play Settle, and there was a game against Portugal on Inzet Phoenix where they just attacked with like 3 Phoenix and the Crackling Drake. That was a good game. Alright, so they chump everything, not this. Probably, that's weird. Okay, so yeah, they take 4, they kill my bodyguard. I'm gonna play another bodyguard, just in case they have like Cleansing Nova or something. Alright, I go for March, 6 tokens once again. So they can set up a state where they go Trostani next turn. So they're definitely not dead. They're definitely not dead here. I could keep one of these to get a dinosaur, but I think I want to keep this for Trostani. So Opponent shocked himself, go for Trostani. So they have 8 tokens now. I'm gonna go Tribunal on Trostani. Hopefully they don't have like removal spell on my Tribunal. Alright, draw another bodyguard. So I'm gonna go Tribunal first. Pay 4 lands. I'm gonna exile Trostani. Then attacking with all. Pretty cool how my opponent's still in this game despite me doing very well and then doing very poorly in the early game. The 2 March into Trostani definitely kept them alive. So they're gonna pick apart another bodyguard. Obviously, I'm not gonna sacrifice it because sure they don't gain 2 life, but I also don't kill the 2 tokens. So unless they're like dead on board with this, like not like if I sacrifice there, but they block everything, so they also gain infinite life. So, all right, so we're at the same stage as earlier. Basically, I'm making the same plays for the last 4 turns, so I'm very glad I didn't play around Settle, honestly, because if I did play around Settle there, I would have maybe lost there. All right, second Trostani. Okay. This is a tough game now. I mean, it's definitely not over. Venerable Oxidant. Okay. So, opponent 0 cards. I think I'm just gonna tap 4 creatures there. Sorry, 5 creatures there. So yeah, we don't attack this turn, but my board gets larger, so I don't just kill my creatures. So unless I draw like Flourish or something, it's pretty cool how my, wow, they drew Flourish. Crazy. So, do I die? Hopefully not. So I block a token. I take not lethal damage. I go to 3. They go to 25. And they left themselves dead on board. That'll do it. I'm gonna just take a little bit to breathe and read the chat after this game, because it was a roller coaster, as I would say. I thought I could never lose. Then I thought, oh wait, sell the wreckage, fuck, I'm losing. And then I didn't have it, so like I thought I'd never lose. And then like, you know, it went whole downhill. And then I was like, wow, the top that Flourish. And then I was like, well, I just win the game. It was definitely a roller coaster. Congratulations for the outstanding performance at the Invitational. I didn't see a single mistake. I saw one mistake on my side. It was off camera against the Asian Avenger. That was the only mistake that I realized at the old tournament, which is I'm very happy about. Very happy about that. And once again, math was for blockers. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's exactly what it was. The math was for blockers. I'm really enjoying the Pauper videos. Oh yeah, there's a Pauper video, guys. I recorded it for Channel 5, but the first match is epic. I don't remember losing a game for time in like years, but I lost the first game because of time. The first match, I won with like 10 cards in the deck, and the second match, my opponent won with 0 cards in the deck. We were playing this mirror match of blue grindy carded value games, and like we drew the whole deck both of those 2 games, and then there was no time left. We just finished 1-1, and I lost the match because of timer. And I'm very, very fast player, so my opponent must have played super fast to beat me there. So pretty crazy stuff in that game. Alright, finally play against Sultai. It's not a good matchup. We finally get to play against a bad matchup, unfortunately. I'll start with Scammer Shots, but I mean, I do have double Loxodon. Maybe we can do that. Spoilers. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not really a spoiler if I tell you that, wow, they went just Tron turn 2. Opponent just went for the 2-turn Tron. And I'm gonna go for Snubburn Legion's Landing, so I make sure to play Loxodon next turn. If I go for Adanto, I play Loxodon next turn, but I also, only if I draw land, which I don't want that to happen. So opponent went for a Tron turn 3 on the play, which is Thief of Sanity on the play, which is the reason why Thief of Sanity is good, but you know, this play happens very rarely, like 1 out of, what, 20 games or something? So that's not such a hard matchup from one way I feel. Not really. I think Sultai is much worse. I think Selesnya, it's kind of a mirror match where they have some A-makers, but... Alright, drew Baffling End. I think I'm gonna go for Baffling End here. Or on Thieves of Sanity. Opponent doesn't have lands, so I think we can beat them in a fair fight. I don't know. I felt that when we were practicing best of one, it was very much a mirror match. Sure, Selesnya has some like, you know, haymaker, but he also has a very high land count. Alright, so they pass here. I'll draw a Tidetaker, which is actually awkward because I can't double spell, which is exactly what I want to do with a clunky end like this. But I'm gonna just go Loxodon, and hopefully that'll be big enough that my opponent has to find Finality. That Find Finality is the card that makes me lose the game, but this game, maybe not, because they have so many creatures. So unless they go like Carnage Tyrant, like the way I was beating Mono White every time was just Carnage Tyrant into Find Finality. That was just a combination of just 1-2 punch. That's basically unbeatable for White Weenie. But if that doesn't happen, then I think we're in a okay spot here with like this hand. Sure, my opponent killed the Loxodon, but I mean, what are they gonna do? Just not play their spells? They have only spells in it. Alright, so what's the best play? Probably just Adanto Vanguard into Loxodon. I think I'd rather play Adanto Vanguard than Loxodon, than Tidetaker. Adanto Vanguard is actually pretty good. I can attack very much for free into many board state. So yeah, we gotta see this Blessing. The Scammer Aspirant flies, and that's no joke. How do you think the meta would change with were the Sparks? Oh, I have no idea. I have not seen many spoilers card. I will need to work on this. As soon as the spoiler is out, we need to practice for limited, so I'm gonna, you know, take a very long look, but my mind will just only be limited, because the PT is gonna be modern. So, so first thing first, I hate PT Modern for many reasons. One of them is that they just make so that the pro players cannot produce content, right? Because I have to practice for another format. So I don't like that, and yeah. So basically that's it. All right. What do we want to do here? So I could pump the Banalish Marshal. Actually, I'm not gonna pump the Banalish Marshal. I'm gonna pump everything else. Alright, so my board is very large, guys. I don't want to put the Banalish Marshal because I'm not going to attack with the Banalish Marshal. And I want to make this Scammer Aspirant up to 6/5 so we can block the Crazes. Have you seen the New Angel spoiler? Yeah, the 3-3/4 flyer. I saw something, but yeah. So what I want to happen is that Wizard will never make Modern PT, not because Modern sucks and everything, because you know it's fine format, but because then like they pay all this content producer to stream Arena, and then I could just not stream Arena too much because I have to practice for another event. Like they have to think that professional Magic player cannot stream 24 hours, sorry, like 8 hours a format that they're not practicing for an event. But that's a big deal. That's a very big deal, you know? Alright, so I think we need to attack this turn. And the way I'm attacking is definitely with the 7-7, definitely with the 6-4, definitely with the 6-5, definitely with the 6-6. Even though, yeah, I'm talking attack with the 6-6 as well. No, because if my opponent kills a Banalish Marshal, it's pretty bad. So yeah, actually I'm gonna just attack with 1, 2, and I'm gonna attack with something else so that I flip landing. What's the other one? Because attacking with this Scammer Aspirant is too risky, because my opponent can just go remove spell Banalish Marshal, and then GG. So 1, 2 for sure. Maybe I just have to chump attack with something. I mean, I'm expecting the removal spell 100%. I wonder if I put in place me in combat and then I don't attack anymore. So I'm definitely attacking with these two because they're good attackers. Maybe with a token, I just champ attack and get in for 5 life. Because as I said, there's just no way the Banach Marshal doesn't die in this combat. So I don't want to just get in. I don't want to just throw away, you know, 2 good cards. I'm gonna throw away a token to make tokens forever. Can you play your Esper, please? I played it a while. People don't really like Best of 1. Which is reasonable. There's already been like months and months of best of 1 plays. I'm gonna go best of 3 because you know that's what people play the most, and yeah, that's basically what people play the most, and also what's more fun. All right, so as expected, they go cast down the Banach Marshal. The attack is still like fine. We're gonna lose a token, but we're gonna get a token. This like has 3 tokens, three counters on it though. Isn't it worth it to play Taker before the attackers? I mean, they can still wait. They have 3 land, they have 6 mana. They're not gonna change their play based on my Tide Taker. Also, I don't want to play the Tide Taker. I want to just put the token. The way you work with Adanto the first 4th is that if you don't have enough mana to cast your spell, you are just going to use Adanto. So now that I can't double spell, that I can't play Adanto. That I can't use Adanto plus Tide Taker, I'm not going to do that. So I'm gonna just play a land and pass the turn and make a token. If next turn I draw a land, I can play a Tide Taker and make a token. So as you see, we just create a token out of nowhere by doing that. I'm gonna lose this game. This game is over. My opponent drew very well, and that's what happens. But I think we did all we could. We drew 3 locks, which is usually kind of the key, you know. But opponent did very well, and there is nothing. Is it you or the streaming stutters? I mean, I hope it's you. It says 60 FPS, and it should be good here. Isn't it worth it to play Taker? Yeah, I already said that. I wish Modern was in arena format. Yeah, but I don't know. It just I don't think Magic going forward wants to look at sets that are 10 years old. I think Modern, Legacy, all these sets exist just to make so that players don't just throw away their cards forever. Magic should always look forward. It's the greatest of the game because it's so long and it's been out for so long and etc. But other than that, I think it has to look on the future. Alright, so Snapper Sentry is the only things that can attack here. So I'll get in with that. Alright, so they trade with the Crazes. It's fine, and then I'm gonna play Tide Taker and make a token. So as you see here, we got the value of an extra token by not playing Tide Taker last turn. Because you have Tide Taker in play, and we also have an Adanto the first 4th. And let's say we play Tide Taker last turn, I put it with just double removal spell because they have 6 mana, and then we just don't flip Adanto. You love my accent, so beautiful, thanks. Not sure if... So what's your shipping list? Yeah, honestly, I was like super excited, but now I kinda owe business. There's a PT in like 2 weeks, and all I'm doing is just playtesting Modern, and in the morning streaming for sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. Hostage Taker. I think this is enough, guys. I think this is enough. The Vivian Raid, there's just nothing we can do about this game at this point. Well, also again, this is a bad matchup. If Sultai would be the most popular deck, then I would not play this deck. But Sultai isn't. And there's a lot of very, very good decks. Very, like, you know, good matchups out there. Alright, let's board out something. Let's board out the Conclave Tribunal, Unbreakable Formation, Banach Marshal, Tide Taker, Snubbies, 1 Legion's Landing. A lot of one-offs over here. Alright. Your arena looks really choppy. What does it mean? Oh, it goes low? Oh, maybe I just restarted the arena client, but it's weird. I'm only streaming for 1 hour 44. Alright, the sense is not great, but we do have buff again for Wild Growth Walker, a couple of histories. If you have any ideas, you can play Modern. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, sorry. Also, big fan, congrats. Thank you. What is the most fun deck to play for you? Any format. What is the most fun deck to play for me? Any format. I mean, I really enjoy playing. The it's a Tuscrading Pauper. That was very fun. Alright, I think I'm gonna go for Tocatli here over anything else. Tocatli is just a beating. He just stops so many of their draws, like it's the Hostage Taker, Jailer Rangers, decks like that. This just needs, my opponent needs to kill it first, and then proceed. So despite we go off curve a little, I don't mind. I don't mind, because if they had like a Jailer Ranger or something, we just stop them from doing that. We drew 6 lands, we're probably gonna lose. It's very hard to fight Sultai in a fair fight when you just flood out. Good morning, champ. Hello, aggro them. MTG banned card, is that Anthony? Anthony, is that you? No, Tron is my worst, how do you say, least favorite deck of all time, of all format. It's a deck that just makes me feel the hate. There's a bunch of decks, you know, that are like that. Like Mono Blue in Standard has the same effect. I'm gonna pass here, because next turn I draw Lord, I can attack through the Branch Walker. As now that my opponent is not doing this block, that will always do this block. Alright, if we find a target for the Baffling End. Alright, Loxodon. That's exactly what I was thinking. I didn't want to trade things, so I'm gonna go Baffling End there. I want to attack, because if I attack, I throw away I trade with a Branch Walker. I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna go Baffling End on the Thief and then just play Loxodon. I'm basically throwing away the 3rd chapter of a history, which kind of sucks. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't here, guys. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack with all no matter what, because I'm gonna attack with all, flip the landing, make a token. I will still have Loxodon for 4. Yes, I trade, but I also get him for 8 damage. I don't want to pass up on 8 damage here. So, did I play land? I don't think I did. Because if I... yeah, alright. So, I'll play land, I'll make a token, and then I'll play Loxodon. If they have Finality, it's like, fine. They kill my old board, but we restart from 0, and I have an Adanto. And I have 4 Johnny in my deck. If I draw a Johnny, an empty board, it's huge. Did you enjoy Cloudpost more than Tron? Yes, because Cloudpost has Wasteland in the format, so it's like not even a good deck. It's not a good deck, Cloudpost. Like the Eldrazi post deck, because there's Wasteland. Tron, there's like nothing. So the only way to beat Tron is just by playing the combo deck, which is, once again, bad for the game. Like, the game of Magic is good because it's an interactive game. And Tron just makes so that you have to play more interactive than them. And then it just creates this, like, awful format. That's just, whoever does more interactive, non-interactive stuff wins. That's exactly not what Magic is. I just appeared to tell that person that Tron is the most fun for you. Oh yeah, the person, yeah. He played the... I basically convinced this friend of mine to play Tron. Gave him... sorry, to play Grixis Death Shadow. Gave him Tron. Sorry, gave him Grixis Death Shadow complete. And then he got paired against 3 Trons in 4 rounds. And he said it was the worst evening of his life. And I can definitely agree, because... I mean, I said... I told him, wow, you're such a strong man to keep on playing against the 3rd Tron. Like, once you sit down, your opponent goes Urza's Tron. How in the world do you don't just pick up your cards and go, like, you know, drop the tournament? I would have done that easily. Alright, opponent's probably gonna... No, they can't Finality because we have Adanto. So, yeah. Alright, straightforward win. Opponent did nothing, and just nothing. Opponent did just nothing. They did not do a thing. Alright, we're gonna change anything. No, I don't think so. We have already 4 Baffling End. I don't want Conclave Tribunal. Yeah. That's fine. You like humans. I was liking humans a lot, but now Thinking in the Ice is too real and I don't like it anymore. It's pretty frustrating to play against Thinking in the Ice. Basically every round of any Magic Online League. Shadow has a pretty good Tron matchup. What? What? Did your opponent never draw a Vrumcoil Engine? Off the top, or like, no, don't tell me so. I definitely am super positive about... I haven't tested a lot of Modern, but I mean, I'm sure that Tron beats that Shadow. Hello. Thank you. Thank you, Frankie Fedele. All right, so they got top lands into. Oh, wow, they have the unfortunate series of top lands. Oh, this really want me to. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. So, if you saw what happened last game, was that my opponent played a turn with Llanowar Elves, and I didn't kill it with Baffling End. This time is different, because they have a clunky mana base. It's very likely that they don't have a third land, but just a Jailer Ranger. So it's very likely that they just passed the turn here, and they really needed this Llanowar Elf to just function. Alternatively, they have another Woodland Cemetery, but the only way your opponent curves out like this is that they don't have lands. So all you want to do is just making sure they don't have lands. So now does Branchwalker go to the graveyard? No? Stays on top? Yeah, goes to the graveyard. Let's see if they have a land. Maybe a top land. Yeah, they have an Interland Arbor. Alright, I'm gonna go History, and I'm definitely not gonna trade because they have a Johnny. Also, Legion's Landing. When you're so awesome to watch, you need to stream more regularly. I mean, I do stream every morning. More regular than that, it doesn't get. Professional, us as MPL players have a lot of events to attend to, and you know that comes with us not streaming that regularly. But I do stream regularly, let's say. All right, so Ajani makes sure that my opponent has to attack with Thieves of Sanity, which it's a pretty good deal, isn't it? It's pretty unfortunate to not play 3 creatures, but... So, let's see. Or maybe actually I should play these, because this one gets a sand and I can block. So, yeah, I'm actually gonna do that. I'm actually gonna just cast my stuff. Scammage Aspirant, it's a pretty good creature. Savannah Lions with flying, it's not that often. Alright, so we have 20,000 permanents in play. Hopefully I don't have Cryptic Carnarium, or we're just gone by that. Do you wanna trade? Do I want to trade? I'm gonna just offer the trade here. Why am I offering a trade? Does it make sense to offer the trade? It doesn't really, right? No, I'm not gonna offer the trade. I'll just pass. I could have done the Johnny because they already have a 1 blocker to block the Thief, I guess. I don't know. He was just playing 1 Disdainful Stroke. He was playing just a list of Sand Party. Just had 1 Disdainful Stroke. He didn't have a single sideboard card. He was just losing. Like, you go Discard Spell, like they go Tron Map, you go Discard Spell, they just discard whatever, they just play Tron, and just top deck whatever, and you die. That's the experience that we had. Alright, Ajani it is, and yep, they can't even Resist Contempt right now. So all I'm gonna do here is pumping these Knights, attacking with a bunch of stuff. Pumping these, probably this Nugby is better to pump. Because this is just bigger next turn as well. Now I'm gonna pump the Knights. If opponent does a removal spell, they will put it on the Snubby. I think we will win this game. Opponent got mana screwed, and we drew Ajani on turn. Like just Ajani on curve is just such a beating. So here I am probably just trading a Snubborn Sentry with Branchwalker. I don't want to with the Sky March Aspirant. Once again, I want to keep them back for Thieves of Sanity. I'm playing this as a control deck. Opponent has only 3 lands, so I'm not afraid of Time Finality. And even if they go Ritual of Sith, it's fine. We do have a Danto Vanguard and the Johnny. And Legion's Landing now. So this game should be for us. No, Tirachi, I understand, I'm sure you're a great versus Shadow player, and you had a great record against Tron, but in our experience, which I value a lot, like, when I play test, I value playtesting a lot. Grixis Death Shadow has won, like, 1 game out of, I don't know, 10 against Tron. And this friend of mine is a very good player, like very, very good player. He only plays Legacy on Pauper, but is like, I would say like the best Legacy player of my area by far. He has like such a great record in Legacy, and he always plays like those kinds of deck. And he was like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna play this Death Shadow deck, but he just was pretty disappointed, I would say. All right, so opponent decided to trade a 3-drop for my 2-drops, and they play another Thief. That's fine by me. I draw land. Probably gonna go Adanto Vanguard because I want to, you know, actually I'm gonna put a counter on this token so that I can attack with that as well. I'm again not attacking with the Skymarch Aspirant. Like if someone tells me that I've had the most trouble against Dredge, Yeah, I did play Dredge last weekend. It was very good, but my local players were not prepared for it because I never go play Modern, and I don't know, probably and not probably no one in the area plays Dredge or just Graveyard decks. So I just found myself like only Surgical was the only hate I fight, and it's so easy to fight Surgical. Surgical isn't really a thing against Dredge, so like I really won every single game, but there was like so many Tron that's just only had Relic of Progenitus. Alright, is my opponent dead? I think they are. Alright, this was super easy, guys. We're what, 4-0 with this deck? We're 5-0? Where are we? I think something like that, 4 or 5-0.